When we think about a home, what comes to mind? I mean, what should a home feel like? What should it embody? What should it be like? Over the course of touring several properties around the Lekki neighborhood and in Lagos generally, I've got to see a pattern, and I would love to talk about it. It might come in the form of criticism, but I feel like the market needs to hear this criticism, because it's about time we also, look at these things and find redress on it. Because I like to think myself as whenever I'm going into a home, trying to sell or trying to make a marketing video for that property, I like to think myself as a person, a possible potential buyer of that property. What do I look out for in a home? What makes a home a home? I feel like and for recent times, a lot of developers within the Lekki market has been underplaying in providing the essentials of what a home should really be like, and we've not given the attention on things that should be given attention to. Over time, I realized that a more attention has been drifted more towards location and how we make this place so robust. The idea of location has taken over the entire purpose of home ownership or home living, of what a home should be like. We're not focused on, if you have a land around Lekki or wherever, you just build whatever you think, that anyhow people are going to buy it. I'm not making this video to critique or criticize anybody. I'm making this video for real estate, for the essence of real estate and what it should be. So the reality is that because of our overpriced and sense of location and inflated sense of location, we've lost touch with providing those essentials of what a home should be. So recently we toured some properties around the Chevron axis, and I'm looking at a 320 million naira property. And I don't know how to film these houses because I don't relate to it. I don't know how to tell someone to come and buy this property. It's the same feeling I got when I visited Orchid Road. I mean, I would like to, tell somebody, come and buy this property and probably make a commission out of it. But I don't know how to, because I look at these locations, possibly for myself, I can't live in these places because they are noisy and rowdy. And it defeats the essence of what a home should be like for me. I mean, people are different, so this is purely opinion based. But either way, I still want to air my opinion because I still have a right to freedom of speech. So this is not to discredit anybody who loves those kind of properties, but it's also to give my own intake, my own input of what a home should be like. So as I mentioned, we visited this property worth 320 million naira at Chevron, and oh my god. I went to the living room first of all. Like, the living room was so it was like I'm in a cubicle. I mean, we're talking about 320 million naira. The house was just massive, big, but the essentials of the home were lagging. Like, I don't know if I feel like developers need to have a team of consultants, probably relates a little bit with realtors, to have insight on what the market, what people really want. Okay, not even about realtors, okay, because sometimes at the end of it, people are still buying this property, so it's not about the market, but just for decency and for perfection, or not, for excellency rather, yeah, just for excellency purpose, let's relate back on how should a 300 million naira property look like? How should a 200 million naira property look like? Because the space, we need to have space design planning. Space is very, very important. I'm making this video so that every other person out there who is looking to go into real estate, maybe as a developer or architect or whatever within the space, perhaps we can, put in all of these things to make real estate better and more enjoyable and be what it's supposed to be. So when we're talking about space, what is space? Space is communication. Space is where you reside, is where you are. So you need it as wide as possible, especially for a luxury home we're talking about. When we pack a property at a price point of 200 million or 300 million, the space has to communicate that price point. So that is why I'm making this. All right, another thing we need to keep in mind when talking about luxury houses and what these things should look like is about parking space. I mean, the space still comes back to parking. You go to these houses, like, they're not even thinking about the buyers. I don't know what comes to mind when these builders or developers are building these houses. It feels like the buyers are out of the equation when thinking about these constructions, and it's not right, because at the end of it, we are here to serve people. We are here to serve people. So we are servants. So we need to serve. It's like having someone, hiring someone in your house to be helping you wash your clothing, and then at the end of it, the person is not washing, making the laundry clean. It's not nice. It means the person is not serving within their capacity. So we are all servants. We're all serving buyers. We're all here to serve. So we need to make this servicing a whole lot more enjoyable and fun. All right. And another thing I also want to touch on is about the high roofs. So, in my perspective, as I said, this is purely opinion based. It's a different thing for different people. There's some people comfortable for whatever reasons, but I'm talking about when we peg a property at a certain price point. There are certain expectations that should come to these properties. For instance, now, if you're building a house worth 200 million or 300 million, expectation is you go in there and you feel 300 million. So when you walk into a room, like you're walking to a space, the space should own you. It should like own you. Like I'm talking about high roofs, high ceilings, high walls, whatever you want to peg it at. But yes, that is what it should be like. But I've gone to several different houses and I know what commands this price point. And I know the kind of properties that buyers rush out for, because when you see these houses, they are exceptional, and believe me, buyers, they rush into these properties before the construction even completes. The sales are already gone about 80 to 90% more often. But you go to all these other properties where they just build these properties as if you're building a 50 million naira property. The ceiling are just level headed, where you can just go in, you can't feel the energy of that place. It doesn't radiate. What I'm trying to relate here is developers, we need to put more effort into planning, our designing. We have to have a team. It's not just getting someone that is an architect. It's not just enough for someone to be an architect. What kind of architect is the person? What kind of buildings are we have to a building has to have a story. It has to carry a statement. It has to make a statement for itself. So this is me just writing, this is me just pouring out my heart, this is me just talking about real estate, because I love this industry. I love real estate. I love the people. I love buyers. I love people that loves real estate. And we need to come together to make real estate more enjoyable, more fun, more exciting, more interesting, as we're supposed to. So until again, catch ya. Bye bye. It's Salome Basi, and this is Real Estate with Sally.